everyone, Vanessa here with Visalia Talks, your local talk show that brings you everything you need to know about what's going on right here in our community. And right now I have with us Whitney from the Rusty Roots Show. How are you, Whitney?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad to have you here. And I want to learn everything about the Rusty Roots Show. Now, tell us a little bit about everything about what it is.
So we started in 2011
Mhm.
at the Sears parking lot. There was myself and 19 others. And 13 years later, there are over 100 vendors that participate, and
Wow.
we travel to Bakersfield, and we've traveled multiple different cities, gone up and down the state, and so over the years, and so that's kind of where we're at today. Is we're in Bakersfield and Tulare, and then we added a pop-up store as well.
Nice. So when you say pop-up store, what does that mean?
So what that is it's more of an experience for vendors to kind of come together and give a more intimate experience of the Rusty Roots Show. And so we have very selected vendors who participate. It's at the Outlet Center, and it's the old PacSun store, so right next to Gap. And we spend about 2 weeks curating the store with about 13 to 15 vendors.
Oh.
And they set up all their stuff, and then we're open for 3 to 4 days. And that's it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So that's in Tulare? At the outlets in Tulare.
Outlets,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. When is that happening?
So the first one happened in July.
Okay.
And the next one will be in December. So we'll do a Christmas one.
I love it. So at the old PacSun, so it's indoors. It's like an indoor kind of mall, but within you guys.
Mhm.
Just with your guys's. Is it all antique stuff, or is just any type of vendors?
No, we have a really good variety of vendors that go in there. So we have some that do antiques. We have some that are more modern. I have some handcrafted. I have some who are vintage dealers and clothing that are unique clothing. So not anything you're going to find at the outlets.
Okay.
And then I have a couple of vendors that came from out of state. And to participate as well.
Nice. And so it's like you said it's like a 3-day event?
It is, yeah. So we actually are going to extend Christmas, the December store. We're going to extend it. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's always supply on demand. So that means a lot of people are coming. They would love for you to stick around another day. You guys are giving it to them?
Yes.
I love
so that was something we learned with the first pop-up store was that we did in July. Is that a lot of people were out of the area for the weekend, and especially when it's close to holidays or in the summer, people are gone on vacation. Thursday was a day that we felt like we could really benefit from.
There you go. I love that. And figuring it out and not afraid to make changes and learning as you go. Yeah. What brought you into even doing something like this? This 13 years ago or whatever it was that you started this, what came in your heart?
So the way that it started was I was doing weddings. So I had vintage rentals. And I already had a warehouse that I was renting. So I didn't want to go inside an antique store and pay rent on top of the rent I was already paying for.
Right.
And I knew about the big shows that they do in Texas. And they do them in cow pastures. So I thought, well, why can't we just do it, in a field or something here? So a business owner downtown, Monica, who used to own Embellish and Restore, she suggested I do it at the Sears parking lot on Sunday. So the farmers market was there on Saturdays, and so we would do it on Sunday. So we asked Sears, and they were happy to, help us get started. And then about 5 years into it, we had 5,000 people show up, 125 vendors, and 2 car accidents. Yeah. So it was just, we were just completely shocked at how many people were there. And so at that point, it was, determined that we needed to actually go to a venue because we created something that was just so big. And that was just amazing that it got to that point. We never really thought that it would start that way. I was just trying to sell my stuff.
You were just done doing that and you just wanted to sell your stuff off, and it just turned into this huge thing?
Yeah. So I needed to rotate my inventory. And so the stuff that I was trying to sell was just old inventory. And so I just reached out to people on Craigslist and said, hey, does anybody else want to do this with me? And I had people reaching back out, and then they just kind of word spread to other vendors, and they said, hey, we'll do it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So the event itself, for the first 5 years, I did not make a dime. It was all just wanting to support the vendors who were doing it with me. And as long as I was able to cover the rent, I'd keep doing it. And we had so much fun. I have vendors from 13 years ago, from day one, who still to this day are vendors with me.
I bet customers too.
Oh, yes.
I bet you have a lot of loyal customers who
do.
Look forward to these events.
Yes. It's funny because we have customers who have kids who have grown, and they come back, and it was like, I saw
and now
them.
They're bringing their kids. No, it's not that much time.
But yeah, I've seen a couple of them who were pregnant or something, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, and
That's
my
really
daughter,
cool.
she was 2 and she's 13. And so it was just, she's grown up with it. And I was pregnant during some shows, and everybody comes to me going, oh my gosh, that's your little one. And
I
remember when you were pregnant. And I was like, yeah, that was.
It's a whole family you've built.
It is. And just hearing from the customers in the community, and everybody who has supported us and stuck with us and have been our, just rooting us on.
Rooting for Rusty Roots.
Yes. We need a lot of it. We need love and support.
Yeah.
We always tell people that these small businesses are the heart and soul of our community.
I agree.
That's why we do this.
Yes, I agree. Same. Same. It's hard to get out there. It's hard to survive these days. So we all need to be there for each other.
Yeah. A lot of the vendors that we have, this is their only source of income.
Mm-hmm.
So especially since COVID happened, a lot of them, we all went through that together. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of vendors who are still just trying to recover and surviving. And this is one of the ways that they're doing it. And I'm very aware of that. And so we want to make sure that we're there supporting them, and that everything we do, I keep that in mind. Absolutely.
So we've got your next Rusty Roots show coming up in December.
November. So the next show is November 9th and 10th at the Tulare County Fairgrounds.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our biggest show of the year. It's our holiday show, and it's our home show. So that one is the biggest show of the year.
Okay, I'm catching on. So the Rusty Roots show, that's huge. That's all the hundreds of vendors. But then the intimate one at PacSun's old place, that's the one in December.
It's
more
just
intimate.
a store. Mm-hmm.
And
that one's free. We don't charge admission. And it's a much more intimate experience where you can come in, you can, really get to know the vendors, and the vendors get to have that experience with you.
Are they like your top vendors because you say it's just a handful out here at the special?
So it's pretty open to the majority of our vendors. The outlets do kind of have some standards. They don't want things that are already out there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They have a lot out there. So clothing, jewelry, things like that. Yeah. So they are asking us to bring in items that they don't have.
Unique stuff, which is good for the people like us who want to go shopping there, is you're going to find things that you're not normally going to find. Yeah, I love that. So the huge one in Tulare at the fairgrounds, let's talk about that. So what are we going to see there when we go there? Is it just vendors? Is it food? Is it what's all there for the people?
Right. So at the show at the fairgrounds, you'll find vendors, food, entertainment. We have a DJ out there. Nice. And then we have a bar this time. We usually don't serve alcohol.
Okay.
But we do have a vendor coming with a really cute trailer that they'll be serving alcohol from, and they're from Bakersfield.
Okay. And what made that decision? Someone just threw it out there and you guys are like, let's give it a try?
They are serving more than just beer. They're serving more creative drinks.
So they're like one of the vendors?
Yes.
Okay. And that's just what happens to be what they sell. That's cool.
And their setup fits our motif, our show.
Yeah.
And they're very rustic and
like you're going to have your old saloon there.
Almost.
I love it. Yeah, that's cool. Yes. That's cool.
So the other vendors we have are antiques, vintage, shabby chic, thrifted, handmade, lots of food. We have barbecue. We have Jamaican food. Ooh. We have Valley Coffee. And all the food vendors are local.
Okay.
And then, except for the alcohol, it is from Bakersfield, which is still local.
It's still local.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still our neighbor.
Yeah. And then we have vendors coming from LA who've never done the show here. So they're brand new. They've actually never come past the Grapevine. And so the items that they're bringing are really phenomenal. We're very excited to have them.
Yeah.
They usually do very big shows. And so they're very excited to come join us for the first time. So,
I love that.
Yeah. I usually go down to LA and recruit some of the vendors down there to encourage them to come past the Grapevine.
That's really cool. Hey, you know what? The community appreciates that because you're bringing in something new, something fresh.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're letting them see how cool we are over here.
Right.
Yeah, so that's good too. I love that. Okay, so we've got November coming up with the huge Rusty Roots show. How can they get tickets to that?
Oh, you can pay at the gate or go online to our website. Tickets will be going on sale tomorrow.
Get your tickets, guys. I love that. And then in December we have the smaller show, more intimate at the outlets in Tulare. The store. Free. Yes. Free to go to. Everybody check that out. We'll have dates for that in the description and everything. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the community before we go?
We just want to thank you guys so much for supporting us all these years, supporting all these small businesses. We will be doing a toy drive at the pop-up store.
Okay.
And all those items that are collected will be going back into the community. So they will be going back to the kids in the city of Tulare.
I love that. That's good. So make sure you bring your toys, unwrapped, wrapped.
New unwrapped items, yes. And
new unwrapped toys. Bring them over to the pop-up. You guys will be doing a service to the community as well as having some fun out there and shop.
Yes.
Shop to drop. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much for coming out, Whitney, and talking with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. We'll see you guys.